sing this show for you to see. Songs for you and songs for me, songs for everybody, songs for everybody. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Sing Books with Emily Sing-Along Hootenanny Show, episode 11, coming to you live from the Fairy Godmother studio. And today we are singing Bats for Halloween. Oh, and here is our poster of the bats for Halloween. Bats for Halloween, bats for Halloween, they flit and flutter and spook up the scene. They are bats for Halloween, bats for Halloween, they flit and flutter and spook up the scene. They are bats for Halloween, bats for Halloween, bats for Halloween. They flit and flutter and spook up the scene. They are bats for Halloween, bats for Halloween, bats for Halloween. I don't know if you, like me, loves bats. I just think they are the most marvelous creatures, and we are very lucky outside of our house here to have some bats that live around. And fortunately for us, when they come out at the twilight, flitting here and there, flying, swooping, diving, they very kindly eat up a lot of the mosquitoes. We do have some mosquitoes around here, but not nearly as we may have if we didn't have our friends, the bats. And they are so much fun to watch as they move in their very distinctive manner against the night sky. I just love them. So I thought I'd share a little bit, just a little bit of information from these wonderful books. One is this great book by James Lipton. He put it together. You might know him from the Actors Studio, that wonderful TV show. He actually has passed on, God bless him, but he left us this wonderful book. And this book tells us group names. So it's a compendium of group names. So if you look up bats, and I just lost my place. At any rate, it's in here. And if you look up bats, a group of bats is called a cloud. That's why I needed to look at the book. It's a cloud of bats. So if you imagine them all swooping up together and making this wonderful cloud in the sky, you can think of them as a cloud of bats. Now there's that, but I don't think of the cloud as being quite as spooky enough as bats seem to be. I kind of like, I don't know, we can make up our own. I'm thinking of maybe a hanging of bats or we'll leave it at a hanging of bats or a cloud of bats. And if you think of any other group names for bats, I would love to hear what you had to say. Okay, so let's see. I am also going to tell you from this the Illustrated Compendium of Amazing Animal Facts. It's a really cool book. So it says bats are the only mammals that can fly. How cool is that? There are many different kinds of bats, over 1,200 different species. And some bats are really cute, which is true. And some bats, not so much. They look more like this and have kind of the fangs. But they are really neat creatures. Okay, so let's sing another song about bats. Oh, I have a page from a book. So this is called Over in the Hollow, and it is based on a song called Over in the Meadow, which you might know. But it's a terrific accumulative song, and you can You can make up your own verses to it, and this person made up a bunch of spooky verses for Halloween. And in it is a verse about bats, and it goes like this. Over in the hollow where the bats dip and dive, live a furry grandma bat and her little batties 5. Flap, says the grandma, we flap, squeak the 5. So they flap and they flutter where the bats dip and dive. So there is our Over in the Hollow with the wonderful cloud of bats right there. Okay, so we have our cloud of bats. Oh, all right, so what I have next is, I have this too, and I almost forgot about it. I just made this up myself, and so I just put it in our program at the last minute. I'm going to try to get some of that glare off there. So this is 5 Little Bats, and this is based on 5 Little Pumpkins, another one of our favorite Halloween songs. And it goes like this. 5 little bats hanging upside down. The first one said, I wish I could wear a crown. The second one says, crowns mess up my hair. The third one said, why do you care? The fourth one said, 'cause wearing crowns is fun. The fifth one said, there goes down the sun. Whoosh went the bats, taking off in flight. Batty kings and queens, off into the night. There's our 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little bats hanging upside down. Now this next one, I made up the tune, but I did not make up this wonderful rhyme, which is an old rhyme, and I found it in another one of those fantastic books that is illustrated by Janet and Anne Graham and Johnstone, and they did their books in the 1970s. They just did the most wonderful pictures. And one of the things that I love, now this little guy's outfit is cute, but if you go and find their books, and you'll have to find them all from used booksellers, because none of them unfortunately are in print anymore, but everybody wears the most marvelous outfits. They should have been costume designers for the costumes that they give their characters in the books. But I love this rhyme about bats. Bat, bat, come under my hat. I'll give you a slice of bacon, and when I bake, I'll give you a cake, if I am not mistaken. And I looked up what all of this could be about, and the words in the song seem to just be nonsense. They don't mean anything except for what they say. A lot of times rhymes are coded language for other things. But in this case, it's a bat, 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 come under my hat. I'll give you a slice of bacon, and when I bake, I'll give you a cake, if I am not mistaken, if I am not mistaken. Maybe you'll sing it with me again. Goes like this. Bat, bat, come under my hat. I'll give you a slice of bacon, and when I bake, I'll give you a cake, if I am not mistaken, if I am not mistaken. And this reminds me that I never put on my hat. Here it is. I made a hat just for this special occasion, and I forgot to put it on. And there is the bat that came under my hat, but of course he came onto my hat. Bat, 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 come onto my hat. I'll give you a slice of bacon, and when I bake, I'll give you a cake, if I am not mistaken, if I am not mistaken. Oh, my hat, my bat hat. That's another fun thing about those words is they rhyme. Bat hat, cat, sat. You can think of all kinds of other wonderful words that rhyme. Okay, so let's see, what have we got next? Oh, this is another verse from let's see, should I say a page from a book? This is an adorable book that I found. I love it. And they've done adaptations of all kinds of Halloween songs. And one of them that they did is about bats. And this is called 3 Black Bats. And can you guess what song that might be based on? How about 3 Blind Mice? And it comes from, and a lot of times these buttons have got very irritating kind of sounding music, but this music is really adorable, I thought. So let's sing it. 3 black bats, 3 black bats, see how they fly, see how they fly. They swoop around every Halloween night and give trick-or-treaters a terrible fright. Have you ever seen such a spooky sight as 3 black bats? 3 black bats. Oh, let's sing that one more time because that was so much fun. It's always good to repeat songs with our little friends because that's how they learn. So let's enjoy. Can you hear that fluttering sound? 3 black bats, 3 black bats, see how they fly, see how they fly. They swoop around every Saturday night and give trick-or-treaters a terrible fright. Have you ever seen a spookier sight than 3 black bats? 3 black bats. I love that. I also really love the other songs that are in this. So I'm thinking maybe one of our Halloween Hootenannies, we can sing this whole book because it is lots of fun. All right, let's see what else we have here. Bat, come on. Oh, one of my very favorites. This one is just so close to my heart. It's just one of my favorite things for a number of reasons. First of all, it comes from Alice in Wonderland. So when Alice is in Wonderland, she goes to have tea with the Mad Hatter, and she is sitting down and everything is topsy-turvy and really weird, and of course the Mad Hatter is kind of weird, and he is rehearsing to sing a song. Why don't I set this up so you can see it? He is rehearsing to sing a song for the Queen of Hearts, and of course he's got to get it right because the Queen of Hearts really doesn't allow for mistakes, does she? So once you've read that book, you will know what I'm talking about. So, and because everything is slightly wrong here, instead of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, our friend, the Mad Hatter, is singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Bat. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat. So those are the bat songs that we have for today to celebrate Halloween. I hope that you will come and sing with me next week when we have another Halloween Hootenanny. And I imagine that another time there are more bat songs than just this, and so we will enjoy singing more bat songs another time. And if you would like to sing these songs with me again, I always upload these songs to YouTube. And so you can go to the Sing Books with Emily Sing Along Hootenanny Show YouTube playlist and find the playlists or find all the videos we've made so far. There are going to be 11 now, which I cannot believe, but what fun. And we will be back again next Saturday, 10 a.m. at Sing Books with Emily on Facebook Live for another Sing Books with Emily Sing Along Hootenanny Show. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you so much for joining me, and we'll sing again. Goodbye, friends.